myself to get optimistic about them because they're the freaking Lions.
Okay, oh, no. See, last sentence. You were fine with, I cannot allow myself to get optimistic about them because Stafford hasn't shown it yet enough, or Darrell Bevell. But to say because they're the Lions is empty. It's empty for me. I'm sorry, Rieger. It's empty for me.
Woj,
there will come a time when you two do this too.
You know what, Woj? While I think the Lions won't be good this year, I think you're right about Jeff's reasoning. He cannot say because it's the Lions.
Right.
It's like the Michigan fans saying they're due. I believe they're going to win the Big Ten because they're due. That's not a reason.
You
can't give that.
Listen, I told you I like my reasons. I told you there's things to feel good about, but you are kidding yourself. You are absolutely kidding yourself if you think Lions fans don't look in the paper, read the articles, or maybe now the internet, and they say to themselves, get excited. Oh, crap, it's the Lions.
Yeah, but to me that's weak because my reasons are, I think, yes, while the defensive line is decent and good, I'm not going to say great because there was somebody on these airwaves that said they're great. I'm not ready to say that. But there are question marks in the defensive backfield. There are question marks at linebacker.
Every team has questions.
But there are question marks on the offensive side. And because of those question marks for me, with the offensive line, even the running game, I'm not ready to say they've solved that yet. I believe they'll struggle this year.
Those are legitimate reasons.
That's fine, and I don't disagree with you. However, you can't call, you just did, but you shouldn't call it lazy because the number one reason I have in my back pocket, here, I'm going to pull it out right now, here it is they're the freaking Lions, and that is a legitimate reason.
No, it's not.
One playoff win since 1957. Hey, guess what? I'm always right. You're always wrong. If you're positive and I'm negative, I've been right for the last 60 years.
I'm not even being positive. I'm just saying give me a different reason to be negative. Here's a ticket text, 97136.
Reason.
Here we go. You SOLers are always living in the past. Nothing is the same. Move on.
We're like the flat earthers. We're not going to. But you know what? We're not wrong. Here's the thing.
You SOLers.
Woj,
How about this?
How about the president of the SOL real quick? You say I'm wrong, and you say to move on.
No, I'm saying you're lazy.
What evidence have I seen to move on? If I keep saying something and it keeps working and being proven right, then why should you move on?
You can say something, but you're not giving the reason why it's being proven right. It's being proven right because they've hired some bad general managers and coaches. It's been proven right because
they got an overrated quarterback that can't get the job done.
That's been part of it.
Because they haven't had a running game. Because they struggled offensively.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is every complaint that we have lodged against the Lions in the last 4 years since Bob Quinn has been here, they have at least addressed. Okay?
Sure.
They have.
And
it's not like they've ignored it. It's not like, and they've gotten good free agents, Trey Flowers and Snacks Harrison, good trades.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm basing it on.
Jim Schwartz got Kyle Vanden Bosch, too. He waited outside on the eve of free agency. Vanden Bosch had those kick-ass contacts. Remember, they were red. They didn't win then either.
Ticket text.
No, real quick.
97136. Why do you fight that Neapolitan is one flavor? Same reason. I don't think it's the same reason. All right, here's a ticket text, 97136. If you take away the Lions logo, this roster is a 10-6 or 11-5 football team. Stafford was abnormally bad last year. If he returns to anything of what he was a few years ago, this team will make the playoffs.
I would like to make a comment, and we'll get to the calls momentarily. And we're just asking the question, is an SOL a legitimate reason not to believe? I mean, literally. Isn't the history a legitimate reason not to believe? But he makes the comment that if Stafford returns to his form of 2-3 years ago, that's what he said, right? Remember the 1 year he was almost an MVP candidate, sort of? And he does what Stafford does, and down the stretch he choked. Remember that? Okay. He's 30 years old. Isn't there a better chance of him, I don't know, following the path of going down the toilet than to rebound and becoming the guy he was 2 to 3 years ago? I would think yes.
No, because I think he did have injuries last year. That's not an excuse. And I think they at least have a plan of an offense that's not all about him.
Which they're smart for it because they realize that he's going to be their downfall.
Oh, wait. You said they're smart about something.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
All right, here, a couple
chugga,
quick...
chugga. You know what that is? That's the excuse train
Oh,
of
my
Mojo
God.
backing it up.
All right, here we go.
Chugga, chugga,
Ticket
chugga,
text
chugga,
before we go to the phones. There was a perfect one here. Rieger, SOL is the dumbest crap. If the Lions will always be what they were, then go follow another team and get the hell off of Detroit Sports Radio. All right,
Yeah.
I'm not. No, he can. I'm going to defend Little
You just
Rieger
want to
now.
relegate me to the weekends.
No,
I get it.
no. I'm not going to blast because I understand why you say it. It comes from the emotion of a fandom. I just like more tangible reasons.
There's no reason to be more tangible if the reason you give is it's like age, Wojo. It's like time. You ever hear the theory time always wins? You've heard it, except for in Tom Brady's case?
Well, you've got
Time
a
always
fatalist. You're
wins.
like, should you eat healthy and exercise? No, I'm going to die anyhow.
Sure.
It always happens. You
Sure.
watch. I'll be right. I'll be dead someday. But why? You're not proving anything. You're not saying anything.
How is it not tangible at this point, sadly?
Anything.
It
Exactly.
always happens.
I don't need to prove anything.
The only and the people that say it's always ownership of the Fords, and I get that. That is the one constant, even though it's Darth Vader now. I totally get that, but it's not the same front office. The entire front office has been turned over in the
Right,
last 4
because
years.
there hasn't been various front office, whether it be the Millen era, whether it be the Mayhew era. Now it's obviously the Bob Quinn era. By the way, we've heard and read reports that if they don't start off well, they both could get whacked. Talking about Patricia and Quinn.
hearing
Hold on
and
a second
reading
now.
reports. You heard Lombardi
Well,
say
you
it on
also
a
heard Martha
podcast.
say she's not going to be patient, according to Rod Wood. The other thing, too, Woj, for you want tangible evidence, you want proof, okay? How about the schedule? They probably win the Arizona game because they've
You know
never
what?
lost.
There
to a-
you go.
They've
That-
never
that's
lost
good.
to a rookie quarterback.
I think that's
about
something to think about.
their
Their
schedule,
schedule is
1 and
daunting.
5 in
I
the
agree
face.
at the start. That's what I'm looking at. You're learning, kid. You are. You came up with a tangible thing.
I don't need to, but I just wanted to, and to placate you. Let's go to Wazzy. You're on the Ticket. Hey, Wazzy, what up?
Hey, afternoon, boys.
Hello, Wazzy.
You know what? I think there's too many people here drinking tea. There is no way that this Lions team is going to do anything this year. Just hear me out. You got to build your team through the draft, right? And I think this is probably one of the worst draft classes that I can remember. You had Josh Allen right before you, and the Lions did absolutely nothing, at least that I know of, did nothing to go and get him, which I think he could have been a game changer and completely changed your entire team for years to come. Instead, you dropped T.J. Hawkinson, a tight end again, which made zero sense. Now, I'm not saying T.J. Hawkinson isn't a good player, but you shouldn't have drafted him that early in the first draft. Now, let me just cut down to the basics, boys. I clearly think that they're not going to win one single divisional game. And
Really?
Absolutely. Do you guys, can you actually tell me right now, do you actually think that we can beat Minnesota?
Yes.
Seriously.
Have you seen?
Really?
You think Kirk Cousins is a clutch quarterback?
I think all around Minnesota's got a way better team than us. Better ground and pound, better defense, better offense.
Better receivers. Now, I don't know about their offensive line. The Bears had a lot of upheaval as well. They lost their defensive coordinator, and they have a young quarterback. I'm not saying the Lions are going to beat them, but this NFC North is some unbelievable power. I'm not buying that.
I honestly, I think we struggle to win any divisional games. Now, here's my last point, boys. I'm scared for the Arizona game. I really am, because I don't know how we're going to be the first team to really prepare for this team, right? We're going to be the guinea pig for how to play for Arizona. So I'm actually scared for the first game, but look at our first 5 games.
Well, you're right.
It is
I
scary.
mean, Wazzy, they come home against San Diego, make that LA, they go to Philly, they come home against KC, they probably lose to the bye week, then they go to Green Bay, then Minnesota comes a knocking. You could be looking at 1 and 5 right in the face.
Let me at least alleviate your concerns about the Arizona opener, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. Kyler Murray is 5'3". Move on.
Because they've never, ever lost to a rookie quarterback. That's what I would say.
Not one that's 5'3".
248-539-9797. The ticket text 97136. Is SOL a legitimate reason as to why the Lions will never be any good, or specifically this year? They've done some good things, but is it okay to just say SOL and that's the reason why they won't win? Of course it is. Wojo disagrees. 97 won the
Completely.
ticket.
talk about Coppercraft Distillery. When you're down at Comerica Park this summer, make sure you swing by the Coppercraft Distillery bar up in right field. Can't miss it. As soon as you walk into Comerica Park, you'll see it, and it's a great chance to try Coppercraft and all of their award-winning products. They got everything. Whether you like gin, vodka, certainly their award-winning bourbon, whatever your drink of choice is, they have it, and it's a great spot to go. Take in the game at Comerica Park, up in right field. Don't forget as well, your local retailer, your local restaurant, ask for Coppercraft when you're there. You can learn more at coppercraftdistillery.com, and of course all over social media as well, including a lot of their newer products like their canned cocktails. You have canned gin and tonic. You have canned whiskey lemonade. Fantastic. They've been winning a lot of awards, and it's a great Michigan product and a great product in general. Coppercraft Distillery. Learn more at coppercraftdistillery.com and try it out for yourself. That's Coppercraft Distillery, located over in Holland, Michigan.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing on 26 Mile Road eastbound east of M53 Van Dyke Freeway. In the roundabout, there's a reported accident that's out in Shelby Township and blocking the inside lane of that roundabout. Also very slow, heavy traffic along 275, 696, I-96, and US 23 in the western suburbs. Rain is in that area, so prepare for slower traffic. For same-day service of your air conditioning or plumbing, call Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 37 years in the business. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 800-924-2123. MastercraftHeating.com. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ's 24-hour traffic center.
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings.
Coming up Tuesday morning at 7:25, you can win $2,000 in the 2 Grand Slam. And at 8:02, we'll talk to Lions head coach Matt Patricia.
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings, 6 to 10.
This is Bands Up. Was on M59, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and DealsInTheD.com. Jeff, it's time for our summer clearance event. So I need you to show them the deals. But first, you gotta get fired up.
Okay, here goes. Here we go again. Stock Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has over 1,000 vehicles in stock, and they are all priced to move. If you have been waiting for the best deals of the year, then this is it. How about a new Jeep Compass Limited for $169 a month, or a Cherokee Limited for $199 a month? You can lease the all-new Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 for just $149 a month, and take advantage of 0% financing for 72 months.
Wow, you really are fired up.
Not done yet. Owe more than your current vehicle is worth over your miles on your current lease during our summer clearance event. Sock can make it happen. Need a Wrangler or a Gladiator? Sock is the largest Wrangler dealer in the Great Lakes. Leases starting at $250 a month. The wait time is now.
Nice job, Jeffrey.
Dad, these deals have me pumped up.
I would agree. And for these deals and more, check out DealsInTheD.com.
Get there.
It's summer, and right now is the perfect time to catch up and dine out with your MasterCard.
It's me, your college roommate. We used to share everything. A room, groceries, your toothbrush sometimes when you weren't home. But these days, we can't find the time to share a bite.
You were in my wedding party, but we've rescheduled a single dinner 14 times. It shouldn't be this hard to get fajitas together. It just shouldn't.
Now is the time to catch up. From July 1st through August 15th, when you dine out and spend $10 or more on your GM Buy Power card at a qualifying U.S. restaurant, MasterCard will donate 1 precious cent to Stand Up to Cancer. Or MasterCard will double that donation if you tap to pay, up to a maximum of $4 million. So make some time to start something priceless.
The Buy Power card is issued by Capital One NA and is not responsible for the contents of this message or any of the services mentioned. Promotion ends on August 15th, 2019, when maximum $4 million donation is reached, whichever comes first. Debit, PIN, and international transactions ineligible. Stand Up to Cancer is a division of the Entertainment Industry Foundation. Terms apply. See mastercard.com/priceless. If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
This human resources professional is a rock star thanks to Kronos. And this is her hype song.
Have HR, payroll, talent, and time. Now we're engaging all the best people.
HR solutions for the modern workforce and the people who support them. Learn more at Kronos.com/HR swagger.
At CDW, we get that businesses will try anything to increase productivity.
We try to increase productivity by putting energy drink in our water cooler.
Slow down, friend. A better idea is to have CDW deploy new devices powered by 8th generation Intel Core V Pro processors.
I get it. Why can't you talk faster?
For productivity solutions, you need Intel and IT orchestration by CDW. Find out more at cdw.com/be great, make the shift.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Today's an off day for the Lions out of training camp. They'll hit the fields in Allen Park again tomorrow. But elsewhere on the NFL, former Lion Theo Riddick meeting with members of the Broncos front office today. Reports surfacing this afternoon that some minority owners of the Steelers do not want to hand head coach Mike Tomlin an extension after his current deal runs out in 2021. Tigers looking to get back on track tonight. They're opening up a 3-game series with the Angels in Anaheim. Jordan Zimmerman will get the call tonight against Jaime Barria. We'll have it for you right here on the ticket starting at 10:07. The Rocket Mortgage Classic will have a new date next summer. Second annual event taking place May 26th through the 31st. That's the same weekend as the Grand Prix on Belle Isle and a week before the auto show makes its June debut at Cobo Center. I'm Ryan Wooling, more at 5 or at 971theticket.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
Hey, Wojie. We're talking about the Lions, asking, is SOL a legitimate reason to not believe?
It's not.
Despite the Lions doing some pretty fun things, like getting Mike Daniels. And it does seem like they could be a team that surprises. But I'll never believe because SOL pops right back in my head, and I need to see it. I need to be proven. But that's okay, because you disagree. So we're just kind of rapping about this.
I can't tell you how you feel. I just think you need to do a little bit deeper analysis. And no, that doesn't mean you have to buy in to what the Lions are doing. There's plenty of people out there. We've gone through all of them. The poor USA Today guy who picked him 3-13. There's plenty of people out there that think they're not going to be any good.
Can we go back to him?
So
now that they got Daniels, what does he think? Maybe 4-12?
3-12-1. Yeah, something like that, perhaps.
That's a good point.
So don't worry. People aren't going bonkers about them. There are some, Lions fans that seem to be encouraged. I would still be cautious about it because you haven't seen that damn offense yet.
You're missing my point, though. I want to believe. I like some of the things they've done. I'm actually very intrigued by how this team will play, by some of the things we've already talked about. My thing is, maybe it's a mental disorder. God knows I got mental issues, right? Maybe, just maybe, I cannot buy in because of what's happened in the past. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think a lot of people are like me.
Let me break it down and tie it together so you can understand. Football is a game is like Neapolitan ice cream. Defense is the chocolate. Offense is the strawberry. And special teams is the vanilla. The Lions have very good vanilla and potentially very good chocolate. They have interesting strawberry that we haven't yet tasted. If the strawberry tastes good, you have a Neapolitan Honolulu blue explosion in your mouth.
And that's why you need all 3 different flavors.
Oh, God.
To be good.
Right.
Obviously, the offense isn't the same as the defense.
They're all football players.
But it's not the same unit. It's not the same side of the ball. Totally different.
That was truly pathetic, I must say.
What do you think, that Sam Martin or Matt Prater is the same as Trey Flowers?
They're the vanilla. and Trey Flowers is part of the chocolate. Right? And offense is the strawberry.
I got no comment. Before we go back to the phones, I do need to point this out. Hatchet's boy, Le'Veon Bell, with one of the cooler tweets I've ever seen. I want to read this. 45 minutes ago, Le'Veon Bell said, "This is long overdue, but I want to take a moment to apologize to all the fantasy owners who picked me last year. I'm sorry, couldn't pull through for y'all, but trust me, this year's about to be way different. I'm bringing the hardware this year."
You know what I say to that? SOL, same old Le'Veon. That's what I say.
I'm drafting him. It's got a Blade. You're on the ticket. Hey, Blade, what's up?
Blade?
Hey, Blade.
Blade Runner?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
dude.
here.
Hello, Blade.
So I'm at work. I saw an article today from NFL.com that was talking about some of the biggest risers and fallers so far in training camp. And the first person that they talked about, the first person they had named was Matt Patricia as a riser.
The riser.
You can't get any worse than last year, Blade, let's be honest.
But I wonder if that is right in response to Mike Daniels signing and Daniels calling him a genius.
I think it's more so, and I'm not the kind of guy that's going to sit here and say we're going to win a Super Bowl, but I do think that he's changing the culture a little bit. And if you guys think back to training camp last year, like all the stuff that was coming out from camp last year was negative, like constant negativity. Guys didn't want to be out there. Guys didn't want to play for him.
Yep.
And now, you're getting guys that want to play for him, Trey Flowers and Mike Daniels. Amendola came back, and he's been a Patriot. And, I think it's just more so the culture that hopefully is being built that we can build on. If we go 8-8 this year and add a few more pieces and draft well, then maybe next year we actually might be able to make some noise and possibly win a playoff game.
Hey, Blade, I don't know if you call this SOL or if you just call this skepticism, but it can't get any worse than it was last year for Patricia. So forgive me if I don't believe just yet. And as far as guys buying in, we'll wait and see on that. But last year was so unbelievably bad that I think it could only get better. But Trey Flowers was probably overpaid. That's why he came here. I'm not saying he doesn't like Patricia. I'm sure he does.
Free agents are overpaid, no matter where they go.
Mike Daniels probably wanted to stay in the division so he can sick it to Green Bay a couple times for cutting him. Plus, yeah, maybe he does like Matt Patricia. But if you listen to his comments, he said he never met Matt Patricia. And then he sat down with them, and now he's so sure he's a genius. With Patricia, I need to see it before I can believe it.
I wouldn't base anything, thanks for the call, Blade, on the genius comment. I mean, he just signed him, so he's going to be nice to him. But, again, I go back to the tangibles. That defense, when Snacks Harrison came aboard, the second half of last season, was the second best run defense in the league. And they finished 10th in the league overall, yards-wise. And they were 16 points-wise, partly because of the pick sixes. The points still counted, okay? Okay. So, again, you don't have to. And I understand why they would view Matt Patricia as a quote-unquote riser, because how could he do anything but rise after last season?
Yes. Here's this ticket text I wanted to read. Tell me what you think of this. Jeff, that's me. Still gets paid real money to host a sports talk show, and somehow he found a woman willing to have sex with him. For those two reasons, I'll never lose hope in the Lions. This is the year. Your thoughts?
That's a pretty good analogy. That's fair, right? Right. I mean, they didn't believe in you. It was the same old Rieger for many years, and then you changed. You found some believe in me. The people in general.
All the women?
Do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Ticket text 97136. We've literally had this exact same conversation every July for 30 years.
Such a great text.
The only people with hope are those that are too young to know better.
It's a great text, and it's truly...
You don't have to have hope. Just have reasons to not have hope.
No, see, the other thing, too, is... It's funny because...
Is that asking too much?
Will and I, Will, who works for 97ontheticket.com, we were walking into training camp on the first day, right? The Thursday. And there were fans lined up around Allen Park, okay? I mean, there must have been thousands of fans waiting, barging down the door to get in to 222 Republic Drive, training camp.
222.
And you could not help but to think, they all saying, a sucker is born every day.
No, it's free
For
entry.
all the people, well, maybe you're right. For all the people that get to my point where they realize they're probably never going to see anything special from this football team, there's a whole new generation of hope, Woj. That eventually will get to my point.
Is it hope, or is it just, hey, I'm interested, let's see what's happening? I don't think people have fake hope, false hope. I mean, some people do. I agree. Some people fall for it, so to speak. But we'll see.
248-539-9797. The ticket text 97136. How optimistic are you for this Lions team? And is SOL a legitimate reason to downgrade them. Take more of your calls next. 97.1 The Ticket.
Well, your vinyl windows took a beating this winter. Warped, faded, impossible to open. That's no good for anybody. And they cost you a fortune. Now, that's not fun. What are you going to do? You're going to buy more vinyl? No, you're not going to do that unless you're a ding-dong. You're going to go with Magic fiberglass windows. Magic, 8 times stronger than vinyl, 3 times more energy efficient. You can paint it, you can customize it, and best of all, you never have to replace it. Magic is guaranteed for life. Right now, you tell them I sent you. You get a house full of windows, $129 a month, 2 years, no interest. Again, you tell them I sent you, house full of windows, $129 a month, 2 years, no interest. That's it. That's all. Book your free consultation today at magicwindow.com. That's magic with a J, window.com. Magic Window. It is built for you, built for life.
Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge and Ford is selling new 2018 Dodge Challengers and Chargers at used car prices. Huge savings up to 1/3 off as we clear out our year-old models. Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge does the deals the other dealers won't. Malusis with the CBS Sports Minute. Give the Mets some credit. I actually like the trade they made in acquiring starter Marcus Stroman from the Toronto Blue Jays over the weekend for 2 pitching prospects. The Mets are winners of 4 in a row, 5 under, 6 games out, 6 teams ahead of them for the final wild card spot in the National League. I would not say they're going for it, but they have improved themselves for this season and next, as the trade deadline is just 3 days away. They have 2 big trade chips in Noah Syndergaard and Zach Wheeler in what is a pitching thin market for contending teams. For general manager Brody Van Wagenen, he's trying to play chess as everyone is playing checkers. The Mets are clearly not rebuilding, and the organization made one move that made their team better and also improved their trade value of 3 pitching assets as the trade deadline nears in Zach Wheeler, Noah Syndergaard, and also Jason Vargas. I like the move. I just want to see what's next for Brody. I'm Mark Malusis.
This human resources professional is crushing it, thanks to Kronos. And this is his hype song.
I've got HR, payroll, talent, and time. Engaging all the best people.
Kronos, HR solutions for the modern workforce. Learn more at kronos.com/HRswagger.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens, and they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
Down here. Hey, Amy. Welcome to the Xfinity store. Why are you hiding? Cameras and microphones are everywhere, even in my house. What if I'm hacked? They're watching me. Oh, with Xfinity XFi, you don't have to worry. It gives you enhanced security for your Wi-Fi network, so all your connected devices are protected, including mics and cameras. Oh, that sounds great. Can you imagine if we were actually being recorded right now? We are being recorded for this commercial. Oh, I trusted you.
If it's connected, it's protected with Xfinity XFi. That's simple, easy, awesome. Ask how to get download speeds up to 400 megabits per second, or even faster, up to a gig. Learn more or get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add XFi Advantage for enhanced network security. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Ends 8/5/19. Restrictions apply. New performance starter 25 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Consumers Energy is modernizing our natural gas infrastructure in Macomb County. Our crews are improving safety, reliability, and efficiency by installing 14 miles of new natural gas pipelines. Because a stronger infrastructure is better for you and better for Michigan. And remember, when you see our crews, please slow down and go around to keep everyone safe. Consumers Energy, count on us.
If you can't say it loud and proud, at least say it loud.
Hey, Wojo, there's a lot of ticket texts I wanted to send your way.
Okay. Are they
AF. That means, as the kids would say, yeah.
I know it.
I'm optimistic AF. Patricia has a super brain. Believe me, he's a genius. He's building the wall. Going to use it to destroy Rodgers. Anything else is irrelevant. We're going 11-5, baby. John from Macomb.
Ooh. He did have some pretty good game plans against the Patriots and the Packers.
He did?
And actually the Rams.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for Stafford, you'd probably win that Rams game.
Yes.
Or at least don't lose it 30-16 like you did.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple more for you. Anyone else getting nervous about the Tigers haven't made a trade move, or is it just me? Now I'm right with you.
Well, let's see. When is it? Ooh, 48 hours from now. Wow.
Yeah. Ooh, 48 hours from now, it will be over.
I know. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Okay, get nervous.
There's a couple more for you. And you have a fun topic coming up at 5 o'clock.
Oh, I have a
that we're
great
going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on to say, at least you can see an identity starting to form. It seemed like the Lions system was get 3 good wide receivers and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Yes.
That was the
Pretty
system.
much.
From going back to Scott Mitchell with Herman Moore, and Johnny Morton. Yeah, that really has been the system.
And then one more. You can't do a deep dive analysis on the Lions. How can't you predict how the Lions will be screwed? The Kelvin rule, the Dallas playoff flag, the Atlanta clock. Barry's -3-yard game, SOL, baby. So there you go. That is an SOL believer. Good points.
Yeah. But that means it's outside forces are attacking the Lions. That's the cursed angle right there, I think.
I'm just curious. When you're on your deathbed,
which will be at the end of this show. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Wow, bogey only makes you drink. I caused you to die. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. When you are on your deathbed, do you think at that point you'll be honest with yourself and realize that SOL is a real thing?
Okay. Say I live 20 more years.
That's doubtful.
I know, that's very doubtful. But if I do...
Let's just settle on like a solid 11.
Okay, 11 more years.
It's a good 11.
And if I'm dying and the Lions haven't been to the Super Bowl, so that'll be another whatever. I'll say, yes, it was always SOL. Yes, it always was. They were always cursed. I never should have analyzed them. Yes, I wasted my life. Yes, it was always
and you wouldn't
SOL.
mind if the ticket called you on your deathbed so you could say that on the air.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever
send
seen
somebody over with a little microphone.
I can do that. I'm the reporter.
Okay.
I can do that. Yeah, I'll come to your deathbed. For sure. The call's in a second, but I do have to bring this up. You ever watch the show The Ozarks?
Oh, love the Ozarks.
Yeah, did you see season 2?
Yeah, with the old guy?
Old guy's dying of cancer. I'm not giving anything away here.
From Detroit, too.
Yeah, old guy from Detroit. Yeah, union guy, Detroit, mafia guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jason Bateman asks him, so how does this cancer feel? And he looks at him, he's gasping for air, and he's like, it's like watching the Detroit Lions sucking. And at that moment, I said to myself, finally, Detroit gets some respect for how tortured the fan base is.
I forgot about that line. And I love the Ozarks, too. I totally forgot about that
Sure.
line.
Yeah, so he gets it. I'm kind of thinking of you and him in the same, Anyway.
Yeah, and
right.
one more take a text on this, and then we'll go to the phones. What I haven't seen being talked about is how Patricia and Quinn are building this team with a focus to compete against the division teams first. I don't think that's necessarily their focus. Because, I mean, the way they talk, it's championships or nothing, so it's not just... But I get that. I think they're better... Anytime you have a better defensive line, you're better equipped to play anybody, okay? So, yes, that's half right.
The other thing I can't wait for, next week when the Patriots come to town, Brady and Belichick and Kyle Van Noy, the former Lion, is anybody, I'll probably ask, is it a legitimate question to say, hey Bill, are you flattered that the Lions want to be you of the Midwest?
Or do you want the trademark slapped on them and say, stop calling yourselves that? You're soiling our name.
And now, of all the teams that want to compare themselves to the Patriots, are you comfortable with that team being the Lions?
Yeah.
I can't feel good.
Well, he likes Patricia. Now, wait a minute.
Does
Sully,
he? Does he? He fought for McDaniels. Did he fight for Patricia?
People recognize the time of the day. Is it time for Sully's Cocked and Locked? Nick, or whatever it is?
If you wanted me to do one, sure. I can absolutely do one.
Do we want Sully to do a cocktail?
Yeah. It could be Tigers Angels.
Yeah, let me take a look. Oh, I wasn't planning on doing one.
Okay, well, all right. We'll give you time to
in the final
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 units. What's the most units you can go?
5.
Yeah, 5 units. The Tigers lose tonight. How about that? That's a safe
You know,
bet.
if you
They have no chance tonight.
let's see what the odds. Yeah, let's see what the odds.
Zim on the mound. Although maybe it's value if it's like if you take the Angels and they're like or Tigers and they're like what plus 800. Maybe you want to bet
Yeah,
the
it's
Tigers.
Angels minus 260.
So is that worth it?
No,
I mean, you're barely gonna win.
no, probably not.
You'd have to lay, 2.6 units to win one.
I'd lay a unit.
If you guys want to, if we can do that if you want. I'll take your expertise on that. Lay 2.5. Call it to win one.
What are the Tigers though?
Plus 215.
Oh, that's it? That's not even worth it either because you'll lose that back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get. Go to a different game. We'll come back to you.
All right.
All right, let's go to Sammy. You're on the ticket. Hey, Sammy, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey, Sammy.
So I gotta let you know off first. I'm coming in a little bipartial here. I'm a Bears fan, always have been, but I want to talk to you. And by the way, your analogy on the dessert. What happens when the strawberries are expired? Do you still put them on the dessert?
Well, no, Neapolitan, the strawberry, it's not actual strawberries. It's just strawberry flavoring. Yeah.
There's like little pieces of something in there, isn't there?
Depends on your Neapolitan.
Okay. Or strawberry.
Sammy, I'm just Matt Stafford. I do. I mean, because I feel like the momentum that the team and the city get from a quarterback that they have confidence in is literally what can drive them all the way into the playoffs and to a Super Bowl. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky is the first time in my lifetime that I've had confidence in the Chicago Bears team, and I feel bad for Matt Stafford. I think it died when Calvin Johnson and Golden State left the team, honestly.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, hello.
Well, hello there.
What are you doing?
Just leaving work. How about you?
I'm just going to be pulling into work.
Oh, here in Bloomfield?
Yep.
Oh, should I wait for you?
If you like. I'm at Orchard Lake and Old Telegraph.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm kind of calling you because I have your carts and stuff. They're gonna be ready at home. Do you want to come by and pick them up?
Yeah.
I actually have a few of them with me right now. That's why I said, do you want me to wait for you? But are you gonna come back? Are you gonna come by and grab everything else?
If I don't have to, I won't. I could,
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, just wait for me there. I'll be there in 10 seconds. I'm pulling onto the side street here in Wagner.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull out because I don't want to hand these to you in front of the building and have anybody see. There we go. So I think you have
So maybe he's right about the.
What's going on with you?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's what in here. Jonathan just threw these in a bag. So I don't know what's here. So I don't know if it's this or if it's this. Does she? I mean, honestly, I don't know.
She probably would know. I don't know.
Rod would know.
If she doesn't know, I'll have her call.
But no, I don't have. This is like too much to give you.
Oh.
Because I still got to give you the other stuff, so I don't know. Okay, why don't you do this?
Why don't you give me one of them?
Just one?
Yeah, that's good for her for today, and then I'll come by.
Okay, then let me give you this because it looks like it's the whole thing. I think so. I don't know.
You're an expert.
I swear I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What do you want to take?
Here, give me one of those. Give me that one and one of those things.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Hopefully, one of them will work.
Okay. Well, I'll. All right. So just I'm sure she knows what she's doing. Okay, so that's 2. And then I got all the other stuff. So I told Rod, just package up July and August and let's just be done. I mean, so you don't
Yeah,
have to,
I would like that.
I don't blame you. So why don't you do what you gotta do? Hey, did they get warned?
I haven't heard. I asked her Friday. She said they hadn't heard yet.
Really?